The dilapidated train made its way over rusted tracks to a town where few people ever journeyed. Helen Anders was the only passenger that day, which greatly disappointed her because she wanted the company of someone to chat with, perhaps even to make a friend on her first day at
Hades University.
As the train pulled into the tiny station, the long, lonely journey had filled Helen's heart with melancholy instead of anticipation. She dreaded the conductor's announcement.
Hadesville, miss. This is your stop.
Hadesville? He must mean Haydenville. This is Hadesville. I'm at the wrong stop. I'm supposed to go to Haydenville. Wait! Don't leave me here!
It's too late, miss. He won't be back. Through here until tomorrow. I can give you a ride to the university if you like.
You mean that gruesome-looking place? That's not my university, thank goodness. I was on my way to the one in Haydenville.
There's nowhere else to go in this town. At least they'll put you up until the morning.
The cabbie's logic was sensible, and she would only have to spend one night in the dreary establishment.
I'll phone Daddy from the university and tell him where I am.
You'll enjoy your stay at Hades U. If you'll pardon the expression, it's a hell of a place.
The sky seemed to have a permanent gray overcast, and a wailing cry from a lone beast quivered in the distance.
I can't believe that some people actually pay to come to this place. But maybe not because it seems deserted. Daddy would have a fit if he saw me here. Daddy only wants the best for his little girl. Geez, I hope there's someone in that administration building.
Within the musty edifice, two shadows with cold eyes watched Helen's entrance solemnly.
Hello, I know you're not a hotel, but I left the train at the wrong stop and I need a place to stay for the night.
Certainly, child. I am Mr. Flack, and this is Miss Dunbar. We run the university.
Miss Dunbar jotted down Helen's name and led her through the drafty corridors of the girls' dormitory. I assume you are en route to the Haydenville University. Perhaps you'll decide to remain with us instead.
Well, I'll think it over. I'd like to call my father.
In the morning, dear. The hour is getting late and the switchboard is closed. Will this room do?
Yeah, fine, thank you. I might as well air these things out, though I doubt if the stale atmosphere in here will do my clothes any good.
You're from the outside! You're Helen!
Hi, I bet you're my roommate. I'm only going to be staying for the night.
No, you're not! Now you know about this place. They won't let you go! Get away now, while you can! This is a terrible place. They keep finding excuses to hold you here until one day you realize that you're trapped for good. Then you become what they want, or you're dead.
You poor thing. When I call my daddy tomorrow, I'll have him take you with us.
Haven't you heard me? They won't let you call. My flesh is burning.
You're glowing. I can feel the heat that's radiating from your body. What's happening to you?
Leave her be, Helen. The girl is getting just what she deserves. Her punishment is not fatal, only painful.
What's causing that? 1 second she was fine, then suddenly...
The girl is a chemistry student. Obviously, she spilled some phosphorus powder on herself. Phosphorus burns at body heat temperature.
Phosphorus? I'm a chemistry major, and I've never seen phosphorus act that way. What have I gotten myself into? This college is run by sadists, or worse. I must escape from this place. I'm on the second floor. It's too far to leap, and the vines aren't strong enough to support my weight. I'll have to chance walking through the college tonight.
Later that night,
Everyone should be asleep. I'll leave my clothes behind, so if I'm caught, I can fake sleepwalking. Otherwise, they may kill that poor girl for warning me about this place.
the halls were so quiet in the dead of night that Helen almost believed the sound of her breathing could be heard throughout the college.
When I tell Daddy how they've treated me, he'll raise... What is that scratching sound? Could they have a watchdog roaming loose?
A flicker of movement is caught by the corner of Helen's eye.
That shadow! There is some sort of alarmed dog in the halls, but I've never seen a dog that huge. It's stalking me. Its eyes are glowing. Its body is greenish and lumpy. I can only catch glimpses of it in the shadows. The smell of it is fetid, pungent, and its tongues have suckers at the end of them.
Thoughts of escape were pressed to the back of her mind as she considered only flight from the awful beast. But then she came to a door.
This door leads to the outside. The thing would expect me to run directly to the front gate, but I'll stay in the shadows, along the wall, until I think it's safe.
But the beast was cleverer than Helen had assumed.
No!
She knew the purpose of the suckers at the tips of the tongues. They would drain the blood from her body.
Daddy! Daddy, save me from this thing!
Your desperate cries for help will not save you from the blood beast. But you are a fortunate girl.
By Ashmedi, I command you to release her. The beast meekly hobbles back to its area of charge upon hearing the name of Ashmedi, King of Demons. She is very lucky that we have need of her. Flack, carry her to the lower chambers.
Of course, the girls are waiting. The master will be pleased with this sacrifice.
It is a shame. She seemed like an intelligent girl and would have become a fine witch.
We call on you, O mighty Satan, king of all witches and warlocks. Accept this humble sacrifice.
We have served you well by training your witches and priestesses for you. Slowly, an unmistakable image forms in the smoke.
Who calls, and what do you have to offer?
We give you this girl to corrupt and destroy.
Fools! Do you know who she is?
Daddy! Oh, Daddy, it's you. You finally come for me.
Satan is your father? Master, we did not know!
Silence! So this is how you recruit my witches. Such a practice is forbidden. I want only evil ones, not frightened girls.
Hades' U closed down on that night, and all of the girls were returned home. As for Flack and Dunbar...
Give Mr. Flack and Miss Dunbar to me, Daddy. I'll know how to punish them.
No! No! Please!
If Ben Barlow had deliberately set out in search of stark terror, he couldn't have found it among a more ghastly group than...
the Loathsome Lodgers of Nightmare Inn.
901? That's the right address. It's kind of creepy in the dark. The tenants must retire early. I wish I'd stayed on that bus and tried my luck in another, livelier town.
In the eerie silence of the still night, the door chimes have a hollow, somehow menacing ring. The door rasps open slowly.
Come in. We've been expecting you.
Expecting me? Oh, Kay Donner must have phoned.
The horror comes quickly as his grim, gaunt host's face becomes visible in the yellow glow of the lantern light.
You will follow me.
We'll come back later.
Ben Barlow's nightmarish plight began moments after he'd finished dinner at a cafe in Wellport, a small university town, early this evening.
As a matter of fact, I can give you the name of a rooming house. Morley's Inn. I live there myself.
That's good enough for me.
Tell Mr. Morley that Kay Donner sent you.
Will do, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate your help. Where is this place?
It's on Wellport Boulevard, the main road. Here's the number.
901 must be quite a way out of town. What a girl. I'd go halfway across the country to meet someone like her. Very pretty and refined. Has a good sympathetic heart, too. Driver, will you let me know when we reach 901, please?
Ben didn't see the mysterious smile on the bus driver's face, nor the quiet way he shook his head.
I wouldn't mind settling in a town like this with someone like Kay. What?
There is no escape. You'll not live to reveal Gorescu's secret.
The scent of death, his own death, comes alive in his imagination. An inner voice shrieks, "Run! Run!"
Ah!
We need your body!
His reflexes are guided only by a desperate, wild frenzy. He whirls, darts past the cadaverous man.
You will not disappoint Dr. Gorescu. Why are you late? You must learn not to make Dr. Gorescu wait.
My God, I'm trapped!
You will not regret this sacrifice for science.
Why did Kay Barlow do this to me? Morley's Inn, she called it. It should be Nightmare's Inn. This is an asylum. You're all insane!
Can't you understand my miracle? I've given mankind eternal life.
I don't want to sacrifice myself for science. I don't want to live forever.
You have no choice.
Sodium pentothal. You'll be in a deep sleep moments after I inject it.
Not into me. No way.
Ben turns to take a last desperate look for escape. There's no time to think, only to act. He lurches away from the huge hands that reach for him, away from the monstrosity.
Roar!
Fear overcomes disgust as he smashes his way towards the stairs.
Kill him. If he escapes, we're through.
I promise. I swear I won't talk.
We'll make sure of it.
Please, help us.
I can't break those chains. If I get away, I'll call the police. Let me alone. I beg you.
Submit to Dr. Gorescu and you won't be killed. We were afraid too. Now we're immortal. We're grateful for the transplants Dr. Gorescu gave us.
Let me go. I'll make it up to you somehow.
You can't bribe us. We're loyal to the doctor after what he did for us. We've had enough nonsense from you. Nurse?
At once, Dr. Gorescu.
No!
Others need your limbs, your torso.
Don't touch me! Ah!
With strength born of almost maniacal terror, Ben Barlow wrenches free of his captors, charges to the door, and out into the night.
Stop him! Stop
Ah!
He runs far from this domicile of death. He hides behind a tree until a bus to Wellport arrives.
Kay Donner was vicious sending me to that place. She must have known what was there. But why did she do such a horrible thing?
Ben seethes with resentment. No,
with hate for the pretty cafe cashier until he absently pulls a slip of paper from his pocket.
Holy Hannibal! The address she jotted down isn't 901. I held up the paper upside down. It's 106. What am I laughing for? Those lunatics would have cut me apart.
The bus driver lets Ben Barlow off at 106 Wellport Boulevard at Morley's Inn. This time, he sees the sign.
What a terrible mistake you made. You poor dear. You were at a fraternity house. They thought you were a student. A pledge.
Ben writhes with embarrassment as Kay follows him upstairs.
Initiations of that sort have been banned by the university. But the frat boys and their girlfriends still do it on the QT.
I'm glad for a peaceful place to rest. I won't forget that terrifying experience as long as I live.
Perhaps, Ben, but it'll be shorter than you think.
There were others like Kay Donner in Wellport, so when Ben Barlow's scream shredded the night as she revealed her fangs, why, it wasn't at all unexpected.
Ah!
When a lunatic sister stands between a man and the money he loves, you just know somebody's got to be fit to kill.
Back, Gabriella! Go back or I'll turn Roomba loose. Oh Lord, why did she have to be violent at a time like this?
Gabriella retreats to her filthy, tattered mattress, whining, trembling with fear of the snarling mastiff.
If I had looked at the calendar to see if there'd be a full moon, I'd never have invited John Hamilton here tonight. He wouldn't let his daughter marry me into a family where there's insanity. My name and my European title are all I have to sell for cold hard cash. Blast my maniac sister! I wish she were dead! She's no good to anyone, not even herself.
Count Luther von Rushstein shudders as he reads again of his future bride's latest escapade.
She'll be difficult to tame, but tame her I will. Fiery Marnie, Hamilton's charmed life survives plane crash. I tried to land and hang her, says Wild Redhead. But marriage makes it possible for me to pay off all my debts. Yes, I'd sell my soul for a small share of Hamilton's millions he made in cattle and oil. Mr. Hamilton? So good of you to come.
How do you do, Count? Marnie'd skin me if I didn't. I'd like to settle this as quick as possible. I've got to get back to America.
Very well. You know what I'd offer. Myself, my title, my castle.
Right to the point. Good. There'll be no dowry. But I'll give you both $5,000 a month allowance.
Only an allowance? My title goes back 500 years. I won't share it for a pittance.
Before too many years, Marnie will inherit $200 million.
A sudden noise from below sends a chill through Luther. Rivets holding the dungeon doorframe pull from the old cement. The crash of the heavy door on the rock floor below reverberates through the ancient castle.
What in blazes was that?
Just a door blown shut by the wind. Let me show you around, Mr. Hamilton.
Well, I never did see a castle, but I can't stay too long.
If he sees Gabrielle, it'll ruin everything.
Who is that?
I can't hide the truth. She's my sister. She's mad, Mr. Hamilton. but I swear to you, there's been no other insanity in all our family history. Go back downstairs, Gabriella.
Is she dangerous?
Get downstairs or I'll throw you down. I'm sorry you had to find out.
It's all right, Count. These things happen in families.
Suddenly, unexpectedly, the Mastiff springs.
Rumba, no! Her neck was broken. Oh, my poor Gabriella. I'm so terribly sorry. Would you please help me carry her up to her room? You see, her brain was damaged at birth. She hid below this castle. She was terrified of Rumba. I should have killed the brute.
Don't blame yourself. You're a compassionate man, Count. I admire you for that. I wish you'd consider my offer.
It's difficult to speak of marriage now.
But I must have your answer tonight. I'm due back home in the States.
You still offer no dowry, Mr. Hambleton? Why?
No doubt you've read about my daughter's escapades. She's not a bad girl, just spoiled. Perhaps you'd put up with her shenanigans, or you might get tired of trying. I want Marnie to stay married. You might decide to get a divorce and keep the dowry.
Very well, Mr. Hambleton. I shall make arrangements for the wedding here.
Splendid, splendid.
As the multimillionaire's limousine speeds off into the night, Count Luther von Rushstein chuckles softly.
You played right into my hands, John Hambleton. I'll break your brat's spirit as I'd break a wild horse. I'll have my castle put in shape, refurnished, and I'll let your dear Marnie give you the bill for it. Rumba, you were my one real friend, and you died protecting me from that cursed mad woman. Want to laugh, Gabriella? Hambleton said I was compassionate. You're dead, and at last I'm free.
A month later, Luther sees his bride for the first time, just before the wedding. Marnie is ravishingly beautiful.
Take us to Father's yacht.
No, you will drive me to my castle.
Luther has taken firm rein on his $200 million heiress bride, and that night...
I've got the world in the palm of my hand. I've lived like I've always wanted.
He turns, smiling as he hears Marnie enter the sitting room.
Well, my dear, the champagne should be... Marnie? What's the matter? Marnie! Oh my god!
Oh yes, there's a full moon this night.
No!
That affects insane people. What an unexpected surprise Count Luther von Rostein's father-in-law palmed off on him. How lucky that the Count is a compassionate man, eh? The end.